Prince, it's been going good for you lately. 8 goals in 7 matches, your first 10-goal season in MLS. Can you feel the confidence? Like when you step onto the pitch, is there like a different feeling?
I would say it's not different, but you can see it. You can see it in the opponent players in some moments where they think twice what they're doing now or what they're doing in certain actions, situations. And of course, it felt good, but I like to just focus on my team, on myself, and gotta do what I have to gotta do. So to keep scoring and helping my team also defensively, and then the main part is to win games. Who scores the goals is a different part. Okay, right now it's me, but if somebody else scores a goal like Victor Lotori and we win, everybody's happy too. So the main focus is on the win on Saturday.
From the start of the season, you've been working the same amount all season long. Just right now, you're scoring. Is it only confidence, or is there anything else that explains your recent streak of goals?
I think it's a part of a learn process. It started already last season, and of course, if the more games you play, the more you learn about the team. The teams, the players, the league, and I think I'm right now in a stage where I kind of really have a good feeling about the opponent teams who we play with against, and this is a big advantage, I think, because if you're fresh in the league, it can be very tough to adapt. So I think I had the right feeling in certain moments, what I learned in the past. What went well for me, now it goes well for me because I learned from it.
Obviously, you're never going to complain about playing, but you've played tons of minutes this season. You're the second player on the team with the most minutes. Has it been challenging, staying fit and staying always at the top when playing so much?
It's about to be professional. If you're not professional, you can't play this amount of games. It starts already when I land from an away game, so I take every minute what I have to recover, to use things for my body to recover quicker. Otherwise, it will be tough to play all these games in this type of style of how I played. But of course, we have a lot of resources here in the facility to use to help us, especially me to stay on the same level. But I have to say also the preseason is a huge part of it. If you don't push in preseason, it's tough to play a whole season.
Thank you. Merci Tristan. J'ai terminé.
Parfait. We're going to be able to go to
This
Zoom.
meeting is being recorded.
First question, Nicolas Landry.
Hey, good morning, Prince. So obviously you're on fire right now, but at the beginning of the season, you struggled a little bit more to put goals in the net. And I'm just curious, at some point the critics were quite hard on you, whether from the media or the fan base. Did you hear those critics, and how did you deal with it to make sure that you did not let them, drown you or affect you too much for the rest of the season, and make sure you were able to turn things around eventually?
To be honest, I didn't hear nothing because I don't read via newsletter or whatever. Never did. also in Germany. I think critics is for sure it's part of my job, but I have to say I'm the biggest critical person myself. So even if I score, if I don't, I know exactly if I did a good game or not. You know, it's not. Sometimes it's not just about if you score. Sometimes yes, because it's important for the 3 points, and also that it looks good and stuff like that. But deep inside, you know, if you played a good game, or even if you could do in certain situations better. So I like to score. I love to score, but I also love to play good. So if I have this both combined, I'm happy. If just one of it is part of in the end, then I have to watch the game back and see what I can fix and try to get both in the next game. So this is my goal: play good and score.
Next question, Simon Servan.
Hi, Prince. When a player comes to a new team, there's an adaptation. It takes time to build that chemistry. Do you feel that at the moment your teammates know your running patterns, how you play, and it helps you to get these goals, these opportunities to score, and especially in the last few weeks?
Yeah, of course. After 7 months, they should know now which ways I run and how my running patterns are. I think it's getting better and better the more we play, and you can see also like the last game was I think a very mature performance. Of course, with a not good ending, but the effort and also how we pushed. Even when we wasn't behind, they was lucky too. They was very lucky in this match, and I don't think that they expected us to push them at home in their own half or like stress them that much at home, because they're first and have a lot of confidence, and we showed them it's not much what is missing, you know, but it's missing something, but it's not much. And also the feedback after the game was clear that from their side also that we're in a good way, and we have to keep working hard, keep being focused, and also learn from our mistakes. This is the biggest thing. If we learn from our mistakes fast, we will get a lot of points and a lot of fun in the future. And to the question about my connection to my teammates is of course in the beginning is tougher. You know, the timing of the pass, the timing of the run, this is normal. You know, but now I think everybody, especially the defensive players, are on a good page where they know in certain moments who will go where and in which timing he wants the ball. And right now we're doing it really good, and we try to score more goals and keep the 0 in the defense.
Fabian, first of all, just how are you physically? How has it been to finally be back on the pitch?
Yeah, it feels good. You know, I've been out for maybe 6 to 8 weeks or so, you know, after that hamstring injury against LAFC, and I've been itching to get back on the field, and finally this away trip with Orlando, getting my first minutes, and then you know, starting against Philly, it felt good. I feel good physically. I'm not thinking about the hamstring anymore. You know, I'm free in my head. I have confidence in my body, so that's what's important, and you know, that's how you can produce some output on the field as well.
You're part of a very young team. You know, a team that has maybe not much experience in certain situations, in certain moments. You're only 31, but still you're the oldest player in the team. Do you feel an added responsibility towards the young players, especially in the seasons where results are tough to come by?
Yeah, I always feel responsible. I feel like everybody should. As an experienced players, obviously, I know the league in and out. I've been playing there for 10 years now. But yeah, you can see sometimes the inexperience. When you see a team like Philly, when they're leading 1-0, all of a sudden, like every foul they have, they stay a little bit longer on the floor, to take away some time, especially in that humidity. Those little things that experienced teams do, doing the right things in the right moments. I feel like we might be lacking a little bit. It's maybe too, maybe we're too honest, too naive. Want to play the game in the best way possible. But sometimes you have to do those little, dirty, not necessarily dirty things, but those little tricks and things that people do to take time off the clock, or to get under the skin of the referee, or some things like that. I think we can improve on that for sure.
You're coming back in a week where you're playing against both of your former MLS teams. You've played the past 6 seasons with Chicago. Is there any extra motivation for you facing them tomorrow?
I wouldn't say extra motivation. I think, the motivation is always high. Every time I step on the field, I want to win the game. Obviously, I had a great time in Chicago. I had good moments. I'm grateful for my experience there. 6 years was a long time, but I had a really good time there. But every time you step on the field, you wanna win the game. Whether it's Chicago or any other opponent, want to get the 3 points, and that's why we play the game.
Thank you, Fabien.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions on Zoom? Please raise your hand. We're going to start with Simon Servant. Sorry, I muted you there, Simon. Sorry.
Pas de problème. Hello, Fabien.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Wednesday, obviously, was not the results that you guys wanted, but it was still a good game overall. You guys had chances. Is it somewhat encouraging, maybe for? I know it's a tough season, but is it somewhat encouraging for tomorrow and maybe next week? And there's still maybe something to win in the League's Cup. So a result like that, a performance like that, is it something that you can build on maybe?
Yeah, definitely. I think the team did well overall in Orlando as well. We were good with the ball. I didn't think Orlando expected that, and they were maybe a little bit surprised by that. And I think against Philly, in a lot of parts of the game, we showed a really competitive match. Considering that we were last in the table and they were first. I don't think you necessarily see that at all times on the field, but still we didn't come away with the result. We have to find ways that maybe even if we don't have a good game on the ball, or if we're not playing our best game, that we can still achieve results, because it's a result-driven sport, and that's why we're in the standings where we are right now. But I think, in the past weeks or even this last week, there's still always good moments in every game that we can build off of. And obviously now we're playing for pride. We're competitors. We're professional soccer players. We get paid to do this. So I think every time we step on the field, we give everything. And I think we can take away a lot from, obviously the good and the bad parts from every game. And we learn and we move on and we try to do it better next time. And that's the goal now for the Chicago game, and that's the goal for the rest of the season as well.
Simon, do you have a follow-up question? Your hand is still up.
Oui, you guys, George Campbell just got transferred. Nathan Saliba was transferred a few weeks ago. There's a lot of injuries, changes in the lineup. Is it the toughest part to get the wheel going, to not have the players, the same players at the same positions, and every game the same formation overall? So is it the toughest part of try to get something going?
No, not necessarily. I don't think I've ever been on a team where we play 34 games with the same lineup. There's always part where people get transferred, where there's injuries, where there's people out of form, so they get changed. So that's part of the game and part of the sport, obviously, during the season. So I think that's a normal thing, and I think I would frame it positively, to say that it's an opportunity for other guys to step up, maybe that haven't gotten the chance in the past, or maybe that haven't gotten as many minutes. It's now their time to shine and their time to show themselves why they're here, and to prove themselves, and to have a long-lasting impact on the club as well.
Hi, Javi. You guys seem to thrive in tougher environment. Houston, New York, Orlando, and now Philly. How do you explain that the tougher the opponent, the best you seem to perform? And what would be the key factors to transfer this for tomorrow?
It's a tough question. I think every game we approach the way that to give us the best chance to win. Obviously, I think we've also had good games against not so tough opponents. But I mean, every opponent is actually not easy to play against in this league. Every team has like a different kind of strength and their weaknesses. But I don't have a good explanation for that. But we prepare every game to go out there and get 3 points. Whether it was good games against the tougher opponents, it's hard for me to judge. But I don't really have a good explanation for that.
One last question, Sid.
Yeah, you are one of the few really experienced players in the squad. Do you feel an extra responsibility to mentor, to help the young ones and tell them the ropes of being a pro in MLS?
No, I just feel a regular responsibility, not an extra responsibility. I'm a player of this club. Everybody here is, whether you're young or old, I think it's more about being good or not so good. Being having the right mentality or not. So I think I do my part on the field. I give 100% every time. I try to communicate as much as I can. I try to help the young guys on and off the field as well. There's no extra responsibility, but obviously everybody has to play their part. If you're a young player, if you're an older player, that doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it just matters, what happens on the field with 11 starters plus the players that come off the bench. And I think it's not necessarily about young or old. It's more about good or bad and having the right mentality or not.
Tristan, j'en aurais peut-être une dernière si ça dérange pas. Just one last for me. You guys have a striker right now who seems to be scoring every match. What does it do to a group when someone is on such a streak? Like, does it in a way make the game simpler for you?
Yeah, I mean, it feels really good to have a striker like Prince. It's really easy. Not only that he scores the goals, but he's really strong to hold up the play. To get us up the field, to get fouls, that puts us in dangerous areas. I think in Philly where he was alone on an aisle one time and he got the ball down and he dribbled a couple players and had a foul in front of on top of the box, which could have led to a red card. So it's not only the goals that he scores, but the work that he does. Also with and without the ball, it feels really good to have somebody like that, that you can rely on, obviously. And I think he's putting the team on his shoulders right now, and I think it's on us now to give back to him and the team as well, obviously, to have more guys that can be part of assisting, scoring as well, to take a little bit of weight off Prince's shoulder, I'm happy, hopefully he scores many more goals, but I think ideally it should be more, diversified, among the group.
Marco, en ce moment, avec Prince Owusu, tu as un attaquant qui est en confiance devant le filet, qui trouve toujours des façons de marquer. Est-ce que ça change quelque chose dans votre plan de match? Est-ce que vous voulez l'utiliser encore plus, étant donné que ça va aussi bien pour lui?
Oui, bien sûr. Prince est un joueur qui a une grande motivation tous les jours pour entraîner et pour améliorer. Et sa motivation est une inspiration pour les autres joueurs. Et pour nous, avoir lui dans le terrain est important. défensivement et aussi avec le ballon. Et je ne suis pas la bonne personne pour faire des compliments et aussi pour faire ou pour critiquer. Je suis un entraîneur et nous travaillons tous les jours avec le staff et avec tous les joueurs et non seulement avec Prince pour prouver d'améliorer les joueurs individuellement dans les détails et aussi pour créer une équipe où les joueurs comme Prince et comme les autres peuvent performer de la meilleure façon. Et je suis très très content pour lui parce qu'il a beaucoup de qualités et ils peuvent marquer d'autres buts de plus. Non? Moi, je suis content pour lui. Ouais.
Demain, vous affrontez le Fire, qui est une équipe qui a eu des très bons résultats sur la route cette saison. De quoi est-ce que vous vous méfiez du Fire de Chicago?
Chicago est une équipe sûrement construite pour gagner. C'est la réalité. Ou pour rester haut dans la ligue. Et il est sûr. Et nous pouvons voir incroyables joueurs individuellement, en contre, frapper physiquement. Il est une équipe construite pour faire bien. Et aussi, les entraîneurs très bons. Et il a un jeu très offensif. Notre travail est de prouver, de limiter toutes les armes qu'ils ont, mais aussi de créer, comme nous avons fait aussi en Philadelphie, créer beaucoup de situations pour gagner. Et nous l'avons fait en tous les matchs, je pense, que nous avons créé beaucoup de chances. Et nous devons être un petit meilleur de finaliser.
Une dernière question pour moi, je t'en parle à chaque semaine, mais Vrioni, il est rendu où maintenant dans sa remise en forme?
Il est avec nous et je pense qu'il vient dans les banques.
OK, il est prêt à revenir dans la ligne.
Ouais.
Merci.
On va passer au Zoom. Première question, Simon Servant.
Bonjour Marco. Le club a annoncé récemment que, il y a quelques minutes, que George Campbell était transféré. Est-ce que tu peux me parler du joueur que tu as côtoyé dans les quelques mois, puis à quel point ça peut faire, je ne veux pas dire que ça peut faire mal à votre équipe, mais à quel point c'est un joueur quand même important pour votre équipe? Comment le remplacer aussi?
I can answer you, but it's all things that it's already happened. So we already replaced George in the last two games, and I think that we did a good job in terms of defensively, even if we considered 3 goals. But it's all 3 goals considered not because we defended in a bad way, but because the team that we faced are very good. And yes, George was and is a great guy, but was an important player here on the field, like you realized during this first part of the season, but also in the locker was one of the leaders. It's all the guys loved him, and yes, it was a bit emotional the moment that we say hi to him in Orlando. But at the same time, we are happy and we respect his dream, his desire. He really wanted to try an experience in the other side of the ocean, and the club really, for what I know, really tried everything to convince him to stay. And but we need to respect this, and we are happy because for the work that we did in this month and also in the last year, George improved a lot defensively, and the way we played, I think When I'm here, he really put him in the best condition to show all his quality defensively and on ball. And that's it. Obviously, I hope that he's doing a great job in the other side. And nothing. More or less like Nathan, we are here to work for the team. All these players are here to push when they are here, but at one point, all the contracts are not without a limit, no? So we need to respect the value of the player and their desire.
Nicolas Landry.
Oui, allô Marco. J'ai une autre question à propos de Prince. Je me demandais qu'est-ce qui t'a le plus impressionné au sujet dans son jeu ou peut-être dans son comportement au début de l'année, quand ça allait peut-être un peu moins bien pour lui, ça marchait moins bien offensivement, puis il y avait beaucoup de critiques à son sujet à l'extérieur du club. Qu'est-ce que tu as remarqué chez lui qui lui a permis de reprendre le dessus?
But like I said, it's normal for us in a professional environment of sport, in soccer like in all the other sports, to have some bad moment and some good moment, and it's completely normal that the media, fans, supporter, the world, scouting, whatever, all the people that are not inside of the field or during the week with us that can judge only the 90 minutes on the field because it's their job. It's your job in general. But we know and we knew how much the Prince give or is giving to the team in terms of example, professional example, in terms of defensive mentality and identity. So he really loves to stay here. He works every day. And the fact that every time he's on the field is just because he deserves. And also is completely fit and healthy to do it. So it's a great example for all the others. And but at the same time, like I said, I'm not the right person to go, oh, how good is Prince? Prince is good, he's playing, and tomorrow he's not deserving to play, he stay on the bench. So it's part of this business. Everybody knows, but I'm very, very happy for the guy and for what he's bringing every day, that he's performing, he's doing what he can do, and I think he can do really, really more. He improved in many aspects of the game, defending the ball and helping the team to come up with the ball and without the ball and finishing, creating space. So it's improving a lot. We work every day, and it's good when you work and you have the result. This is good. And when we work and we don't have result, we need to don't give up and continue. This is the way I always thought in my 28 years of professional environment. I mean,
J'ai une question, Maxime Trouman.
No secret.
Salut Marco. Les partisans regardent l'équipe, là, puis Saliba est parti, George Campbell est transféré, il y a des rumeurs avec d'autres joueurs. Je veux dire, oui, les gens sont contents pour eux d'aller avoir une occasion en Europe, mais ils se demandent, est-ce qu'il va y avoir du renfort? Parce qu'ils regardent la fiche de l'équipe et ils se demandent, hey, on a besoin d'aide et on voit des bons joueurs quitter. Est-ce que les partisans peuvent s'attendre à du renfort? Tu avais parlé milieu de terrain, tu avais parlé peut-être à d'autres postes clés, aile gauche, etc. Le mercato ouvre la semaine prochaine. Est-ce que les partisans peuvent se dire, OK, ça s'en vient, il y a du renfort, ou ils doivent regarder les départs seulement?
I understand completely your point and the point of the partisan, the supporter, because yes, on one side, this season it didn't start well and it's not going as we expected. Even if we can have a lot of to discuss about what happened during this season. But at the same time, if in one hand we want to build something new, and the logic say why you don't keep the best player of the team or the player that perform well, and of course they were pillars, no, on this team. But it's because during this or inside this group of pillars of leaders, we had to respect their desire, and there is no reason to have them another 6 months and lose them, or another year and lose them without having the budget that we need to build what we want to build in the future. And for sure, the market is not opening yet, but the market is open, and it's logic that we need some help on the squad, because we don't have midfielder other than Victor and Sam. We have only 3 central back, and Neil a bit injured, so it's normal that we need something. And I'm sure that the club is preparing something for it. So I'm pretty confident that the future for what we want to build, we're going to do the things properly. But right now, I can only give you my sensation. No? I know that for the Partizan, it's better to see the name that sign and arrive. No? I know, but right now, the market is closed.
On va avoir le temps pour 2 dernières questions. Simon Servant.
Ouais, moi j'ai 2 petites questions, mais il y en a une est très rapide. Marco, est-ce que c'est Jonathan Sirois revient devant le filet samedi, demain?
Yes.
OK. Ma deuxième question, je vais te la poser en anglais. When a team is struggling to get results, sometimes you can see players thinking a little bit more about themselves than the team. Do you feel that there's a good unity right now in the club, that everybody's pushing in the same direction?
I don't know. So I have not the time, and also I'm not that mentality to try to check and to evaluate what the other people is thinking. Right now, I'm in charge on the technical side, so to try to train the player that I have available to train, and to try to put the best team on the field every time, and also at the same time to grow and to build something. So to work on the difficult things and to highlight the good stuff and to work with the players that want to stay here. If a player doesn't want to stay here, knock the door, not mine, the right door, and has to leave. And I mean, we did everything this year without all the players. So you saw it. And probably our best performance is when we didn't have the squad available. And so this sport is about motivation, is about desire to show, is about the identity of the club. So we want to hear players that want to stay here, that love the city, that love the club, and that want to train with another mentality, and a mentality that probably help Philadelphia to win against us in a game that was very, very balanced. So this is what we want to build in the future, and if a player doesn't like it, who cares? I mean, he can leave tomorrow.
Et nous allons conclure aujourd'hui avec Sidney Fauveau.
Salut Marco, j'espère que ça va bien. Chicago, c'est une équipe qui est quand même assez particulière. Ils marquent énormément de buts. Ils en encaissent aussi beaucoup. Quel genre de match tu t'attends demain?
Yeah, I answered already. Like always with you, I need to go a bit more in details. And sorry if I sometimes answer in English, but to go in detail, I don't have all this knowledge of the words to answer. But Chicago he score a lot because he has a lot of weapons. So they can score crossing from 30 meters. They can score dribbling and shooting. They can start to dribble in the middle of the field and dribble 3 players and shoot. They can score by set pieces, very good. They are good in transition. They have 3-4 players that can score. They have a very good 10 for the last pass. So it's like I said, it's a team built to win, not to go around the league and make some good performance. And they spend the money a lot to win. And in the future, for sure, we will see Chicago high in the league because they're doing a great job. Of course, in this path, they have a very good coach that likes to attack, and they are attacking a lot. And when you attack a lot, sometimes you need a bit of time to find all the balance, and they are also conceding a lot. So it's a thing that we need to respect, especially offensively. So we need to be very, very, very careful and try to limit them as much as we can, knowing that also we are a team that create a lot against everything. So also in Philadelphia, when we were down 2-1 against the best defense on the league, we created 4-5 incredible chances. So we can create in any moment. At the same time, we need to create without conceding. So this is the sport. But we have a team in front that in every second can score, and we need to be very, very careful.